Are you looking to build your own chatbot for your website or your classroom learning management system in under 3 minutes? Stick around, that's exactly what we're going to do. First of all, what is a chatbot? What are the benefits of having one? We're going to show you how to design a chatbot and then implement it into your web page or your learning management system. So the first thing you want to do is head over to Zapier.com and we're going to build our chatbot. Chatbots are automated responses. They're AI generated responses to a user input. At Zapier.com, you're able to use your single sign-on for Microsoft or Google. Once you're inside of Zapier.com, you're going to notice that we can create our first interface. In this case, we're going to click on Create a Chatbot. Benefits of these chatbots are we are able to get instantaneous responses to our audience, whether it be a student or somebody visiting our web page. They get 24-hour service, so when they have momentum or they are engaged, they are getting engagement in return. So I've accepted their privacy policy, and now the first thing I'm going to do is click on Zapbot. I'm going to title my chatbot whatever I want it to be. In this case, it's going to be my personal assistant. Maybe it's my classroom tutor. Maybe it is my web page's assistant, whatever I want it to be. But in this case, it's going to function as my personal assistant here. Notice that it's running off of ChatGPT 3.5. Now, if you pay for ChatGPT Pro, you can go ahead and click that up to ChatGPT 4.0 by embedding your API. Creativity, based on what kind of response you want. If you want something very predictable, lower that. If you want something that's a little more creative, increase the temperature. Of course, you can adjust the size of the text bot here, the chatbot box, to whatever you'd like it to be. In this case, I'm just going to go with the defaults. So I've saved my changes. The next thing I'm going to do is just like I would with ChatGPT, I'm going to give it a directive. This is my prompt, and I want to be specific here, and I want to define its role. So you see that I'm defining what its role is. I'm also going to tell it who its audience is going to be. Most likely, if you're using this for a web page, who is your traffic audience most likely going to look like? I'm also going to talk to it about tone, and so I want to make sure that it is responding in the tone that I would want to respond to my students in this case. So it's going to be professional yet friendly. I'm going to save those changes, and you'll see that my chatbot is ready to go. We're going to take a look at furthering my prompt here. We're going to tell it how we want it to reply. In just a little bit, we're also going to visit the data tab, and you'll see that you can actually customize responses so that if a user was to ask anything inside of the prompt based on what they're asking, ChatGPT knows how to respond based on what you want the response to look like. It could be directing to a video, directing to a web page, directing to a piece of text that you have created or crafted based on your lesson plan or based on your lesson content. So in this case, I also want to make sure that I'm including my contact information. I've included my social media handles, my YouTube video pages, so that, again, if they ask for how do I contact Dr. G, or is there a way for me to get a hold of Dr. G, something of that nature, the ChatGPT will know, okay, I need to respond with something that is a contact information. So I've included that in the prompt. Again, the prompt, you can go on and be as specific as you want. We'll look at data, actions, and embed. Those are all paid for. So right now what we're working with is free. Data, actions, and embed are part of the paid for program, and it does run $20 a month. But let's look at everything that's capable of doing free first. So now I've got my embed code here for my chatbot. I've done everything I needed to do. Clicked on my share, and then I'm going to embed this directly into my website. So I went to my website, and I went ahead and clicked on embed, and you see that it's embedded my chatbot in here. So I want to test it out now and see what it actually does. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my web page as a user as soon as I publish here, and we'll see that it has inserted the chatbot into my web page. I went ahead and asked it a question, and it's come back with a pretty good response, again based off of ChatGPT, so you're getting everything that ChatGPT 3.5 would give you. It also gives you the caveat at the end of the chat session there. So maybe I want to ask a math question. Maybe this is something that I want my students to use, and so my student puts in, help me solve the equation of 12 is equal to 4x. Now it gives me step-by-step instructions on how to solve that equation. and gives me the answers, and then tells me that I can ask it more questions if I have them. So now I say, okay, well, I want to know how to contact Dr. G. And so now everything that I put in earlier in the prompt in terms of how to contact me, it responds with those ways to contact me. So the better that I prompt it, the better the responses that it gives me. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the other way to add your chatbot that we discussed. So we just looked at how to embed it into your web page. Now we're going to talk about how to embed it into Canvas Learning Management System. You can embed the code as HTML. However, it works better, in my opinion, if you actually add it as a link and hyperlink it. So again, I could create a Canvas page, which is exactly what I did here. I have a Canvas page. I could title that as your personal tutor or something of that nature so that my students know that this is the page they go to when they want to ask questions. And I'm just going to put up here chatbot tutor, Dr. G's personal assistant, whatever. I'm just typing on my Canvas page, and then I insert the link here. And so now I'll go ahead and I'll save my page, and I want to test it out as though I'm a student. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the hyperlink. Again, I would want to identify that as better than that. I would put it as a link to personalized tutor. But in this case, it's starting to prompt me, what can I help you with today? And so I ask it a simple question, what is PV equals nRT? And now it responds to me what PivNert is in terms of ideal gas laws and such. And so now I say, okay, well, I want to know how to meet Dr. G or talk to him further. And so now it gives me that contact information as well based on how I prompted it earlier. So two ways there, one chatbot, you're probably looking at the time, but we did actually create our chatbot in just a couple of minutes, and now we've embedded it into two different places. One more thing, we did talk about the data tab earlier. If you are willing to pay the $20 a month that Zapier is asking for, you can actually create a CSV file. The CSV file is very cool because it actually allows you to create, in this case, we have videos here, and then we have a link to those videos, and then there's a description. So the description is pretty thorough, just like you would put in a YouTube video. And so now when somebody is asking the chatbot a certain question, if those keywords come up enough, ChatGPT, or in this case our Zapier chatbot, is going to know, hey, I should prompt them with that reply. And so it's going to actually say, hey, check out this video. So when I asked it what PV equals nRT means, it will know if I put a good enough description in there to link them to that video. So it can get very, very robust and very, very precise based on how, again, you are prompting it, and in this case using that CSV file to prompt its replies. So if you found this useful and you're excited to embed your own chatbot into your website or into your course as a personal tutor, please consider following so that we can continue to grow the channel. And of course, if you have a best practice that you use, go ahead and leave it in the comments so that we can all continue to learn together. Thanks for watching.